Hey guys, I thought I would show you a quick video of how I strengthen these up. So I have 4 columns here, all just 2 bricks shorter than the main walls here, and they will then have the bar go across. These basically strengthen them up, even though these are already 2 brick studs deep, they're still quite flimsy, so it just gives them a bit more strength. Then I'll be adding the tiles and everything on. So let's get underway. I first put in the pillars at the respected sides. I'm doing this one. Yeah, I did not realise that was a long piece. Well, either way, they are the pillars now in. You may wonder why I'm not putting this one here. It's just simply because there's a window there, as you can see there. I don't really want to block it. I've blocked enough of the windows, which over time, when these actually get full walls, that won't be a problem. But for now, it is. And it doesn't really matter, simply because the parts are quite hidden. So, that's for that side. That will have 2. That will then need 1 of these and 1 of these, and that gets, so I'm making sure the pillars themselves and the beams overlap, so sometimes if there's points up here that need it, I'll make sure they're safe enough. And I've even been rearranging certain bits simply so the walls are even stronger. But yeah, so that beam's in now. Mostly it just needs its tiles to go on top. And I am just laying out the next one. That will now need... I like these ones. Oh, it's not actually in shot. These beams here, when they have a 2 brick space at the end, simply because they are the easiest and probably one of the more stronger ones that I build. But yeah, any comments, questions or anything about the palace, as it is in its decade of life. I started planning this palace, hearsay, 2015 as an idea, and then over those next years I started actually building it, and here it is 10 years later, and it's insane. But yeah, any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. I'm putting some white tiles on top as they're the ones that I have the most of, and some light blue, or really whatever tiles I will have a lot of I'm going to use, as that's the just easy thing to do, as I don't need to then buy a whole load of parts, as this palace really does guzzle up parts like there's no tomorrow. And that is the beams in, and that's where I could leave it and be fine, but what I'm now going to do is go along these walls, check where the seams are, and put the tiles that will simply be able to hold the walls tighter. Just doing it a bit closer to myself so I can fully see what I'm doing. And once I've found all of them, I then cover up with the right amount of tiles. And you might wonder really what I'm going to do here. They're simply going to be the ingot pieces because they're the most I've got and they fit the sort of colour of the palace. So yeah, I'll probably eventually get the tiles that are actually needed, so it may actually stay all this nice dark tan just as a small contrast piece into the whole build, because as you are probably well aware, 90% of this build is tan, and that's the main tan colour, and then otherwise it is a bit of grey and then transparent. But yeah, let me just check there and there. Okay, that's that one, that is that one, and that is that one, and that is the palace section complete. I'll take a picture, and at the end of this you can see a proper view of it. But as I say, if you do want to see it, don't forget to come along to the convention in March, as that is the best place to see the full scale and craziness this build truly is. But yeah, there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.